you, brother. How you been?
Dude, good. Like, everything's going as it should. Working, training. That's pretty much my life right now.
Yeah.
What are you doing out in Texas?
Working as an iFly instructor and then doing this stuff too.
Nah, what's iFly?
It's indoor skydiving.
Dude, that's dope.
Yeah. Have you seen my stuff? I'm jetting around in the tunnel and stuff, flying. Yeah, check it out. It's pretty cool.
I'll have to check it out. How's your old man doing?
Yeah, man, he's good. He's good. I just talked to him. I told him I was gonna talk to you. He was like, "What?" Tell him I said, "What's up? Is his dad gonna be there?" I was like, "It's an interview with Justin. His dad's not gonna be there." But he always asks about you, man. He always asks about you.
That's good, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Dude, it's been a while. How'd you end up out there?
I was working out in the oil fields for a while, and then I just eventually found myself at iFly. So, and then that's what made me end up staying. You know.
Dude, that's badass. That's, I mean, kind of a random job, but
yeah,
still,
right? It's super random. It's super random, but it is badass. Yeah, for sure.
Is it like, I mean, how do I say it? Is that like a popular thing out there?
Yeah, this is Houston's one of the like most popular places for skydiving, and then the indoor skydiving is like a big deal because of that. But just in general, like indoor skydiving has gotten really big lately. Like next time you're on YouTube just messing around, look up indoor skydiving. It'll blow your mind. It's crazy.
I've seen it like with the fan and it just kind of in that tunnel, right? Like a cylinder type deal.
Yeah, Denver has one. It's an old one, but they have one. So next time I'm in town, I'll take you over there. Let's
do it. I'm down.
For sure, yeah.
I'm coming back.
I was about to come back on the 22nd, but then some of my plans fell through, so I'll probably be in there. I'll be over there end of July.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
That would be perfect because with my upcoming fight, I'll have some free time. Yeah. So we'll have to get together.
For sure, for sure. Speaking of your free time, have you been out to see the Rockies lately?
Dude, I haven't done much.
Oh, bro, they're killing it right now.
I know, and now's like
that was the last time I seen you was at the Rockies game, bro.
Yeah, but that was like last year.
Yeah. They're killing it now.
Everybody's been talking about trying to get up there for one, but it's just like my schedule's crazy. So usually I take Sundays just to relax, get like my personal stuff done.
Yeah, chill.
So then like, if he wants to go on a Sunday, I'm like, that kind of takes up my whole day. Driving up there, going to the game, driving back. Then I don't have time to do whatever I need to do, meal prep, just whatever errands, clean up my stuff, you know, wash my gear.
Absolutely. Get some you time.
Yeah, just get some private time for myself. But it's all good, man.
Man, you've been fighting for a while now. How'd you get into? I mean, I know you grew up wrestling and stuff, but how'd you get into that as like your career?
Dude, it's funny that you ask. So I was wrestling at UNC, and then some of my first wrestling coaches had an MMA gym, and I just wanted to do something different from wrestling, really. Yeah. I got tired of just only wrestling all the time. So I'd go in there, we'd hit some mitts, and they'd show me a little bit about hitting the bag and stuff, and we'd work on that. Then they told me to try out jiu-jitsu with them too, so then we just started doing it all, and by the end of the summer, they were just like, "Man, you're pretty good. Like, you ever thought about fighting?" And I was like, "No, never." So they're like, "Well, what do you think about getting you a fight? We got one coming up in like a month." Like, all right, let's try it out. And next thing I know, man, now I'm here, pro, and
bam. So where did you first start training at?
Top Notch Sports Academy.
So you've been there the whole time?
Yeah, and now I jump around quite a bit.
Right.
And so I started at Top Notch.
But that's your home. Top Notch is home.
Yeah, Top Notch is home. They're my main gym, but I got to show some love to Trials MMA. They're up in Fort Collins, and then I go up to Denver and I train with Genesis. They used to be known as Grudge. They changed their name, so now they're Genesis Training Center.
I was actually just talking to Matt Lopez. He said that you're training with him and Justin Gaethje on Saturdays.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. And it was cool. Last week I got to go up there on Tuesday too, so I tried to get as much time up there as possible. But just with work and then my training, it's kind of hard. So I try to take advantage of it on Saturdays. They're awesome, dude. They have my back. They take care of me. They're helping me with stuff. So I mean,
I hear them mention you every now and then, man. That's pretty cool, right? To get a nod from them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right?
Like, I mean, Matt's probably like top 10 ranked guy in UFC now, coming off his huge win.
Yeah.
And I mean, Houston just signed, and then they got some other guys with like Bellator and other big promotions. It's kind of hard to pass that up, you know?
For sure. What's it like to get to train with those guys? How does it make you feel?
Oh man, they're on the next level for a reason, you know. So it's, I mean, whenever I first started going up there, I'd take my whoopings, and it kind of sucked. It just like really humbled me.
Right.
But it was kind of cool, and I just kept going. You just bite down and keep going, and then they show you stuff. The coaches show you stuff. Start taking a liking to you and adapt to your style, and now I can actually hold my own and be in there and fight with them, you know.
Absolutely.
Which is, I mean, obviously the goal. If my goal is to be the best in the world, I need to be able to beat these guys, not just hang with them. So
did you became boys with Justin at UNC then?
Yeah. So whenever I was a senior going on my recruiting trip, I believe he was he's like a year or two older than me. So I believe he was either a freshman or a sophomore whenever I was just graduating high school.
Gotcha.
And we met, and we were workout partners all throughout his career. And then, I mean, he kind of took off with the fighting, and I was still wrestling in college. And then once I started fighting, it was kind of good, man. I kind of had my foot at the door, and it was a good guy to know, you know?
Absolutely. You were on his card, you know, for the World Series. Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah, at UNC? Mm-hmm. Awesome. It was awesome to be able to go back there and like to be able to fight in my backyard. And on a huge card like that too. It was pretty sweet. It was good for me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good experience too, right? Having the cameras there and stuff.
Huge. It was huge. I think it kind of like grew my fan base a little bit and kind of just got my name noticed. I got my foot in the door with the World Series of Fighting guys, and I mean, I think that was a big step in the right direction, because I think that was our last fight before going pro. So
you've been with SCL for a while, and then you recently signed your new contract with them. You're obviously liking that promotion, what they're doing? Yeah.
Let's see. So I've had like 13 fights, I believe, total, amateur and pro. I believe only 2 of them weren't with SCL. They were with Fighter Source. That was like an all-amateur league. They traveled fighting some of the better guys from each state. So I thought that was a good opportunity. And then I came back and went back with SCL and decided to go pro. I mean, the thing I like about SCL is that like I was able to be with them from the beginning, watch them from like a small organization, and now they're probably one of, if not the biggest in Colorado. And I mean, they're still growing. I mean, they have fights in other states. They're televised, streaming on the internet, and it's kind of cool to say that I helped build that almost.
For sure,
I don't know,
absolutely. You're like their poster boy.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah. I'll take it.
Don't be modest, man. Don't be modest. You're all over their stuff.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll be their poster. But they take care of me, so I definitely can't complain. You know.
SCL 60 on the 8th, the Convention Center, live on Altitude. How do you feel about that? How does that sound?
Man, it's exciting. Part of the contract that we signed was I want to be the main event. I want all fights to be televised. Of course, there's little speculations that if I lose or if I don't put on a good performance, you know, I could possibly get bumped down, which to be expected, you know, it's part of the game.
Right.
But I love it, man. I mean, I've worked so hard for this, and to be able to see it starting to come together. My last fight was my first main event, first televised. Had a good performance against an undefeated fighter. He was a young kid, but did what I have to do to get the W. And now we just keep climbing, man. It's awesome, man. Just to see the promo videos with my face on them, and just all the people who support me just showing me love. Like, man, I saw the commercials. I saw this. Man, you look awesome. We're getting tickets. We're so excited for you. Man, it's a good feeling, you know. It's a good feeling.
Absolutely. And you're used to traveling, you know, across the entire state of Colorado. I mean, we grew up wrestling, traveling everywhere to every tournament we could. Does this feel different though for you being a fight, or are you just as confident?
It's a little bit of both, you know. I think the wrestling and being able to travel, like you know, you travel all across the state, and sometimes, I mean, even out of the state, halfway across the nation to go wrestle, and you're wrestling like the top ranked guy in the nation or some of the best around, you know. So I think that really helped with the mental, just help with the physical grind of understanding the travel and having to have everything in order. But I mean, for the most part, I'm still really confident in my skills, man. As long as I'm doing what I need to do, and I leave no doubt in my mind that I've done everything I could to be in the right spot, making the right decisions, being around the right people, doing my cardio, doing my weights, doing my all the practices, extra practices, and if I don't understand something, staying late to make sure I do. Man, then there's no reason, no doubt in my mind that I should be where I need to be, you know? So it is really similar, but it's also a little different, you know? There's a reason that wrestling matches aren't 15 minutes long, or in this case for my next fight,
right,
25 minutes long. So obviously you don't want to wrestle the guy the whole fight, but
right,
I mean,
for sure,
if that comes down to, and that's what I need to do, then I'll have to do it, you know?
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's a win at all costs, you know?
Exactly. So man, Colorado's turning into an MMA hotspot. How do you feel about that environment and being your home training there?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I think it does me some justice, really. Just there's some big name fighters here now, big name gyms, and I mean, like you said, Colorado being a hotspot for MMA, I think it just does me justice, you know, being 4-0 as a pro. Could be, not saying always, but I think it gives me a better recognition than somebody from another state where MMA isn't quite as big, and they're maybe 4-0. You know, I just think the quality of guys I'm fighting, quality of opponents, and the level that I want to be on is it's, for lack of a better word, I just think it's more easily attainable. You know, it's an attainable goal, I guess, is the best way to say it, you know?
Absolutely.
It's cool, man. I mean, hopefully I get noticed soon. I think everything we're doing is on the right track. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
So, plugging away, getting there. So, you got Nick Rhoads coming up. How do you feel about that matchup?
Nick Rhoads is tough, you know? And kind of to point back on the last question, this is an opponent from Arizona. My last opponent was from, I believe he was from Illinois. So, like I said, I mean, to each their own, and they're all tough opponents. But back to Nick, he's tough, man. He has quite a few fights, probably more than I do. So, experience-wise, in your note or stat standpoint, he's probably more experienced than me. But in my mind, I'm ready to go, man. I'm gonna hurt this guy.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if his experience bothered you. It doesn't seem like it does, though.
No, like I said, man, like, dude, I'm sparring with the best around. I'm sparring with guys who are better than him. I'm wrestling with better wrestlers than him. I get to go into UNC once a week, twice a week, and roll around with D1 level wrestlers, you know.
Did you know Justin fought him?
I did, actually. It's funny. I didn't at first, and he told me, he's like, man, that name sounds familiar. And we started bringing it up, and he's like, he said he TKO'd him, so we kind of got a little competition going there. Oh. Just between me and him, we got a little competition going.
Yeah, okay. So, got to outdo him, right?
Yeah, I have to. I have to.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, I'm never going to hear the end of it.
That's awesome. So you got a real good working personal relationship with those guys too, not just a fighting relationship or in the gym relationship.
Oh yeah. Like I said, man, me and Justin were friends. We were workout partners, and then he introduced me to Trevor Whitman, Brandon Gertz, Jake Ramos, Matt Lopez, and you know, me and a bunch of those guys went to the SCL fights last night after we went and sparred.
Yeah.
And we hung out like all day. So it was it's nice. It's nice to know that they have good interest for me as well, you know.
Yeah.
Not only as a training partner, but for life, you know. They're keeping me out of trouble, showing me kind of just what they do on a day-to-day basis, you know. And really, it's not so different from what a normal person does. A lot of people think it's so different. Don't get me wrong, the training is tough, and it takes a little bit more than just a workout a day, you know. But I mean, for the most part, everything that I'm doing is on the same level as them. So it's great, man. It's awesome.
Where do you see yourself in a year, or when your contract with SCL is up?
Let's see. So I believe I have the fight with Nick and then 2 more fights after that on my contract. But it's hard to say. I'm taking it one fight at a time. You can't overlook anybody, you know.
Right.
And every dog has his day. But the goal is always bigger. The goal is always more money, bigger promotions. Just more. There's more out there, you know. Mm-hmm. I'm very blessed to be in the situation I am. I'm very humble and excited to be where I am, but I'm not content with it. I'm always striving for more. So, hopefully I get a call from one of these bigger promotions, and you know, obviously UFC would be awesome. Bellator would be awesome. I mean, World Series would even be awesome. They kind of are. It's not World Series anymore. It's Professional Fighters Association, I believe.
Yeah. Isn't that so hard to get off?
Right. Yeah. Right.
What is that called again? Yeah.
So and they're mixing it up. I mean, the $1 Million Tournament.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be cool. Yeah.
Deal. So, I mean, any of those would be pretty awesome. But for now, Sparta's my home. Get this strap, get a stoppage, hopefully knock this guy out, and then just go from there, and then take on the next guy, and then the next, and then the next, and so on and so forth until I get need to be, you know.
Absolutely, my man. So, any final thoughts going into this fight you want to share with us?
No, man, not really. I'm just, everything I'm doing is on the right track, you know. I'm doing my cardio, doing my weights, training with the right people. I have the right mindset. I have a lot of support. With that, I have a lot of haters, but it's a part of the game, you know.
Motivators.
Yep, that's it, exactly. But I'm really excited for this fight, man. I'm really blessed to be where I am. My weight's on point, and I'm just ready to get in there and do it, man. Just want to thank my sponsors. Thank you guys. You guys mean the world to me. You guys do so much for me, so thank you. And Ben, thank you, man. Thank you for having me, brother. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, my man. Hey, man, it's always a pleasure to watch you compete. I see you doing your thing. I gotta respect that. I had to have you on, my man. Had to.
I love it, man. Thank you. Thank you for the recognition. I hope everybody enjoys it. And Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, Justin. Hey, you guys can catch Justin J Train Gonzales. He's going to be fighting live on Altitude July 8th from the Convention Center in Colorado. My man, get it done. All right, brother. Good luck.
Thanks, guys. Choo choo.
Yeah. Take care, man.